Hey gang, Spongimus Prime here, and today we're going to be looking at and talking about lovely, lovely Nova Prime here. But before we get into Nova Prime himself, I got to make a couple of shout-outs. One, my buddy Nick over on Instagram, who also has a TikTok. I will leave a link to both his TikTok and his Instagram down in the description down below. He is doing me a couple special favors since I did him a favor. And with all that, I cannot say any more. Next shout out I will give is to my buddy Achilles Vale. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel down in the description down below. Make sure you check out his latest playthrough, which would be the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth playthrough. Happened a couple of weeks ago. Also, check out, I think it's Bone and Skulls or something like that. It's some sort of pirate game. He's doing a playthrough on that as well. So with all that out of the way, I will leave a link to all three of their social medias down in the description down below. Remember that out of the way. Here is lovely Nova Prime out of the box as he would look. But before we take a look at Nova Prime himself, here is his box. So we're going to move our stand here back a little bit so that way we can look at lovely, lovely box art here. You can see Nova Prime on the box art. It is a Transformers product from Legacy Evolution. It is a leader class for ages 8 and up. And it is a very, very big box. To show you what I'm talking about, this is Nova's box. This is Armada Megatron's box, which is dusty because it's been sitting here on the reviews table. So yeah, that is Nova's box, Armada Megatron's box. Ooh, dang gum, that was really, really dusty. Anyways, moving on here, you got some nice artwork on the side here. It is plastic-free packaging. It is not plastic-free packaging. There is a Transformer which is made of plastic, so it is not plastic-free, Hasbro. And Autobot insignia. Authentic. Then we also have Nova Prime doing all of his Nova Priming goodness, which we will never see this, because, you know, we all care about this. And here is his alt mode, which is just a recolor of the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime toy. Glad I got that out of the way. Anyways, the art does continue, and if we set the box down like so, we will notice, bringing the camera down here, the box opens like so, and as we can see here, it is a very empty and white box and very bland. Sorry, Hasbro, but if you're going to leave us with a big box like this, give us an inside design. Alrighty, so with all that out of the way, we are moving the box here. And then we are taking a look now at Nova Prime himself, the primest of primes. Except for Optimus, but we won't talk about Optimus in this video because this video is not centered around Optimus. This is Nova's time to shine, not Optimus's. Alrighty, so let us take a look at the details because this is how he looks out of the box. And as you can see here, got a very, very nice head sculpt here. Very, very lovely. Got some nice paint all throughout. Gunmetal gray here all throughout. Got some seafoam blue. That is nice. God, that is a nice shade of white. Got some nice gold here on the abdomen, the fingers, all that stuff. Got some nice paint here. And as you can tell, nice detail all throughout. Now, I will say, personally, I feel like this Nova Prime would have been better without the cannons, which all I gotta do for that is just knock out a couple of pins. So, actually, just knock out the pins here so I can just take the wings off and then put the pin back in for the wings. Anyways, alrighty. So now we're gonna be cavorting into some size comparisons here. Let me move the box out of the way. Here he is with, give me 1 second. I do not have an Optimus Prime on hand, so give me 1 second. Alrighty, so move along, fly. Moving him over. Here he is with the bestest version of Optimus Prime. Armada, goodness. Moving him out of the way here. Set that down. Here he is with another great version of Optimus. Let me straighten him up here. I carry a good bit of Optimus Primes. So, here he is with Studio Series Gamer Edition, as you can see here, Nova is clearly bigger than this. Moving him out of the way here. And then for some final size comparisons here, here he is with Legacy Blitzwing. And then my latest and newest edition of an Autobot Commander, here he is with a very, very hard to find third-party figure, which is my first one ever. Here he is with Planet X Cadmus. And now he just looks and worries for his life. Don't worry, Nova. You're not being replaced today. Alrighty, so moving all this out of the way here. Alrighty. So, now that we've taken a look of how big Nova Prime is and how he looks outside of the box, let us get into some of his articulation, shall we? Let's. Alrighty, so there is a stop motion currently playing for you guys right now, showcasing all of his articulation. And yeah, he's a beastly figure to pose around with, and he honestly looks really, really good in posing. One thing I wish, though, is that he did not come with those guns. Again, I'll be removing those as soon as I can. I just need to get me something small enough to where I can do some pin knocking. Anyways, so Nova Prime looks really, really good. And like this is the best version of Nova Prime that we've gotten so far. I just wish that he wasn't so much of a retool from Ultra Magnus. I wish that he was more of his own mold. With that being said, I am not knocking what this mold can do, because this version of the Ultra Magnus mold fixes a lot of the problems that, say, this poor Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime has. Because out of the box, kind of wiggly legs, and then some weird offset ratchets, so you can't really mess around with this too much. And then every time you go to do this, he really just loses his stance because, you know, wiggly hips. But this Nova does not have a problem for, quite honestly. Like, I don't have a single problem when moving the joints and anything that he just tends to fall over. Now, he does kind of offset a little bit, but that's just easily fixable just by doing that. And then bringing him back there. Now, again, just like the Galaxy Upgrade Prime here, he can wield both of these underslung underslung side hip cannons. He can wield those. Oh, man, the flies are horrendous today. What was that? Oh, yeah. He also does have these little pistols on the side here, which is customary for the Ultra Magnus mold. And then he does have, of course, the core robot. Which, fine, I'll take a look at the core robot. Let me get him dressed down. No peeking. Alrighty, so here is Nova in his core robot mode. So, taking a look at this, you can see he got a nice bunch of paint here. Looks really, really good. Again, it's just a core Optimus from the Siege Ultra Magnus mold. And it's pretty much everything that we've seen before, except for the paint on the new face, the paint on the windshield, and then right there. Everything else is strictly the same of everywhere else that we've seen it. So, precise comparisons on that, here he is with Nemesis Leo Convoy. And as you can tell, about the same size. And then, for an Optimus Comparisi, here he is with... and he decides to kill over. Here he is with Gamer Edition. Setting him off to the side here. And then we're gonna, you know... He's never coming out of that. Don't ask. Also forgot to mention, here's his little pistol he can wield in both hands. Alrighty, so here is Nova in vehicle mode. Well, the core robot anyways. So let us take a look at this, and it is nothing new. We have seen this before. Here's, again, Core Nova in Cav mode, and the rest of his armor forms this bit, which you just take like so, and then you take this, bring those up first so I don't clash into anything, bring those up, or no, you're going to bring it in like this, you're going to slide that in there, then you're going to move these out of the way real quick so you can see what I am doing. You're going to take this clip there, just bring it in there, and then just, it'll work. Come on. Come on. Work for me, please. Gummit, work. Why aren't you working for me? Are you not in all the way? No, you're pretty much in all the way. As far as you're going. So, get in there. There we go. Now we're cooking. Ah! No, don't do that. There we go. Bring that. Alright, now you're going to take these clips. And they're just going to go into these clips right there. Going to go right there. Just like so. And you're going to do the same thing for this side. Make sure it's all lined up. And there we go. There is Nova. Actually, let me fix this real quick. Put those cadavers right there in that port. That way we can get some semblance of what Galaxy Upgrade looks in his vehicle mode. Because Lord knows that thing needs a reveal. Alrighty, so there is Nova in his vehicle mode. And as you can see, it is really, really big. My one problem with this is I wish these wings folded down. Because I wish these wings were posable as well, but I wish these wings folded down so that way it would clean up this look a lot better. But moving on, he can roll somewhat decently. One of these wheels just don't like to stay down on the ground because, you know, Transformers don't always line up perfectly. So, and give me 1 second and I'll be back with a couple of vehicle mode comparisons. Alrighty, so here he is with Override. Moving her out of the way. Here he is with Warpath, as you can see, completely swallows Warpath. And we can just put him on top here. And then here he is with the Doctor himself, Mr. Knockout. You can see, looks really, really good together. Knockout is, of course, shorter. So moving Knockout out of the way here. And then taking Warpath out of the equation. Go on, Warpath. Alrighty. So that is pretty much it for our boy Nova Prime here. So, what do I think about the figure? I think he looks astounding. I don't like his vehicle mode all that much. Just really doesn't work with me. I, again, wish it wasn't an Ultra Magnus remold. I wish it was his own mold. And more of a classic take on his IDW appearance. Another thing is, this actually does fix a lot of the problems that were with the original Ultra Magnus mold or Galaxy Force or Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, depending on which one you got first. Now, honestly, it's got a solid super mode, and that's pretty much it. Other than the articulation is honestly way better. So, with all that out of the way, that is pretty much all that there is to say about Nova Prime here, except for his astounding box. So, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, go check out my buddy Nick over on TikTok and Instagram, and then go check out my buddy on YouTube, Achilles Veil. So, with all that said and done, peace, and don't forget, collect, transform, and roll out. Bye-bye.